How's it going, guys, and welcome to a bit of a new kind of video now that we've wrapped up 2022 and now set our sights forward to 2023. I had so much fun ramping up the YouTube content this past year, and I figured now that we're into 2023, it would be a good time to look forward and let you all know what you can expect from me in 2023 on both Twitch and YouTube. The first thing I want to do in 2022 is continue the ongoing F1 Manager 22 series, leading the Haas F1 team. We're still battling to create a Haas dynasty, and I don't see any reason to stop that series anytime soon, though it might slow down a bit as we complete our first championships, either constructors or drivers. But I love the idea of continuing this series at least until the next iteration of the F1 Manager series comes out, and then we can shift our focus to starting that. So expect a lot of F1 Manager series content throughout this entire year. I love that series, and I can't wait to continue it going into 2023. The second thing is that if you've poked around my channel at all this year, you may notice that I started an F1 22 My Team Career series that kind of abruptly ended near the end of the first season. I sort of fell out of love with that series, and I was doing it and how I was doing it. So, that series I think will be officially ending. But I do believe now that I have developed a kind of a desired look for that series and what I would want it to look like. So I think I'm going to actually be starting a new My Team Career save. I know we're kind of, pretty much all the way through the cycle of F1 22, but it's definitely something I want to play more of, and so I think we're going to be starting up a new My Team Career save on both on stream and for YouTube to go alongside the F1 Manager series. So I'm very, very excited to begin using my new wheel and pedal setup to really immerse myself in that series even more than before I was playing it on controller, and so it really felt like it wasn't quite the same, as well as I was doing a lot of the recording offline and doing commentary, post commentary. And so I think by doing it on stream, and I think it'll hopefully carry some of that same energy that the F1 Manager series has. And so I think that's going to be a lot of fun. So you can be on the lookout for that starting probably late January on YouTube, and pretty early on in January on twitch.tv/MrDakoa0. And then obviously those episodes will be uploaded to the YouTube channel as those get edited and uploaded. So I'm very excited to get that started. And then thirdly, as we lead up to the next iterations of both the F1 mainline series as well as the F1 Manager series, I want to actually go ahead and perform a series of retroactive videos looking back at previous F1 titles. As I'm obviously very new to the world of Formula One, I think it could be a lot of fun to go back and see what these previous titles looked like, to get a kind of a better sense of what the evolution of the series has looked like up until obviously the most recent F1 title, F1 22. And so that will likely start once we win our first championships in F1 Manager, as that'll obviously keep our main focus, as that game still has its grips in me to the death. But I think once the F1 Manager series starts to slow down a bit on YouTube, as well as the My Team Career save kind of gets its footing going, we'll start a bit of a retroactive series looking back at previous F1 titles and see kind of what they're all about. So shifting focus a little bit, something else I'm really excited about starting in 2023 is creating more live action content centered around real life Formula One. So I'm going to be converting one of my other YouTube channels to be a channel dedicated to more F1 content, but through the lens of real life instead of through video games. And so over there, you can expect a couple of new things. First, I'll be putting up some new videos over there once the 2023 Formula One season begins, where I'll be doing more live action reactions and commentary on the general goings on of the season as it unfolds. I'll be performing race recaps, any major news that comes out, those kinds of things, to try and, keep everyone up to date and kind of create a forum. Like, I enjoy talking about Formula One, and so I want to create more content kind of centered around the real life Formula One instead of these alternate F1 universes that we've kind of started creating through video games. So I'm very excited to try and bring more of those things to the channels and more of the content that I create. That series of videos will obviously start once we get closer to the first Grand Prix weekend of 2023. The second type of in real life content I want to try and bring to the channel are a couple of vlog series that I want to upload around the two F1 Grand Prix weekends I'll be attending in person this year. So I'll be at both the United States Grand Prix in October, as well as the Las Vegas Grand Prix in November. My plan is to upload a daily vlog, including everything that's going on as we attend each day of those events later in 2023. I'm very excited to be at those weekends. It'll be our first time being at the full 3-day weekend, as the only race I had previously been to was the 2022 US Grand Prix, in which we just attended race Sunday, in which we were very lucky to see a very exciting race. But I'm excited to see what a full race weekend has to offer, especially that Vegas race. I think that's going to be a lot of fun since we are going back to Vegas for the first time in a very long time. And I'm excited to see what being in Vegas for an F1 race will really be like. But all in all, I'm really excited to bring this new content to YouTube as well as on Twitch. I'm sure some things will appear here or there as the year goes on that don't necessarily line up to what I talked about here in this video. But these are the staples that I want to appear from January all the way to December. And you know that those series and videos will always be there no matter what. You can find the links to all of my channels in the description below, as well as on my main channel. Go ahead and subscribe and turn on the notification bell to know every time I upload a new video. You can also find all of my socials below and see what we have going on outside of the Twitch and YouTube spaces. So thank you guys so much for a great 2022, and I can't wait to see what 2023 brings.